First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and to ourselves great millstone, Wallet is truth, and also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say Shalom, and come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type of date lesson is the WHO declares Mpox global emergency. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick news article here by ABC News, and it reads, it says, the WHO declares Mpox outbreaks or the monkeypox in Africa a global health emergency as a new form of the virus spread. Let's get a little bit more. It says here, the World Health Organization declared the Mpox outbreaks in the Congo and elsewhere in Africa a global emergency on Wednesday, with cases confirmed among children and adults in more than a dozen countries and a new form of the virus spreading, said few vaccine doses are available on the continent. Said earlier this week, the Africa Centers of Disease Control and Prevention announced that the Mpox outbreaks were a public health emergency with more than 500 deaths and called for international help to stop the virus spread. So this is looking just like an instant repeat of 2020 in 2022. So we already know the first time we heard about the monkeypox, I think it was around 2020 or 2022. Now they're saying that it's a new form of the virus that is spreading very quickly. So one thing about it, we already knowing when you go to Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. So we knowing that he's constantly bringing forth all these different, saying outbreak here, outbreak there, the bird flu, talking about a ghost of virus, talking about this Celebon, also this Listeria bacteria that has been constantly been reporting about this deli meat, that you use in your favorite deli restaurants, also Subway and different other places like that. So they're saying that these things are constantly spreading left, right. Could it be another pandemic? Could they tell you that, we have an outbreak, we're going to have to lock everything down? Because this is all by design and manufactured. The WHO, the World Health Economic, the World Health Organization, also the WEF, the World Economic Forum, Salaki. They putting it into place right before they saying it's a global emergency. So we're seeing right now that, they constantly bringing all this order out of chaos. And they said over in Africa that, it's 500 deaths. And they're saying these things are constantly increasing left and right. So it's concerned. So, this article right here, when they was talking about it, they say they announced it today, so we're seeing right now that, things are constantly picking up and these plagues are not going to slack down for a moment. We constantly, every day we turn, we look at the social media site, the emergency here, outbreak there, a war over here. We already knowing about Israel and Iran any given day. We constantly reporting these things. The Lord said, warn them for me. And that's what we're constantly doing each and every day. We already knowing about this, new digital society that's going to be dealing with your biometrics, this grain of rice. We already know that is the ultimate goal. So we knowing that we're very close. These they could call a lockdown, a pandemic. These things are coming into play left and right. So hey, the WHO declares monkeypox global emergency. So we're seeing right here that things can pop out at any given time, and we constantly warning you left and right. So now let's go here. Get a quick precept before we start today's video. It says here, Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8 said, the prophet that had been before me, and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evils and of pestilence. So that's what we constantly warn you about war. World War III, it has begun. The evil time, what is that? The hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble, the pestilence, the plagues, the disease, the sickness, the famine, Many shall be taken in a great number, death and destruction, the beginning of sorrow. We constantly warn you left and right by all these appendage down. We warn you about these war and disasters and disease, left and right, and we constantly seeing them. Constantly increasing. The Lord's getting ready to bring forth that judgment like we have never seen before. Verse 9 said, the prophet that prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him. So one thing about it, in that day, you shall know that a prophet was among you, because what? We're seeing the signs of the time, and we're seeing that these prophets are speaking loud and clear. Things are lining up just like clockwork. It's time to repent and return to your true power. So now let's start today's video, and our video will start a lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
As of 2 hours ago, is it official that the World Health Organization has declared the 2024 Mpox surge? It is now a public health emergency of international concern. They are saying that the entire globe should be on alert for the spread of Mpox. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you what has come out in just the past 2 hours, as this announcement has been made today, August the 14th, 2024. I'm going to be sharing with you the United States' response, various nations' responses to this as they are trying to contain this. Now, this is a new variant of the Mpox. This is not the same one that we saw in 2022, which is spread through intimate contact. This one is just through any type of touch. It is spreading, and it is deadly, they're saying, to those that are the most vulnerable to falling to this illness, which would be small children, the elderly, those that are immune compromised. This could be deadly. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to be sharing with you what it is that they're saying on this, as they're saying it is currently contained to the continent of Africa. But there is great concern that this could spread further, and everybody is saying we do not want to see a repeat of 2020 and have another pandemic, but this time, instead of COVID, it being Mpox. They're saying they're trying to get ahead of this. I'm going to be sharing with you what they're doing in forms of vaccinations, getting those over. Massive amounts, hundreds of millions of dollars of funds are starting to pour into Africa to get ahead of this, to stop the spread. So we're going to be seeing, and let me know your thoughts. I know a lot of people saying that they are not.
A growing outbreak of Mpox in Africa has global health experts on high alert. With over 15,000 cases and hundreds of deaths, the surge is centered in the Democratic Republic of Congo, affecting mainly children. The virus has spread to new countries, raising fears of wider transmission. The Africa CDC is likely to declare a health emergency, and the WHO is considering international action. The US CDC has urged vigilance, especially in monitoring travelers. With a more severe strain emerging, health officials emphasize the urgent need for a coordinated global response.
Alright, so, pandemic. They're saying that the World Health Organization has declared monkeypox a public health emergency, international concerns. There is numerous websites that are posting this red alert, all different kinds. But basically they're saying monkeypox is going to be a major pandemic. It is basically all over Africa right now. Like, it's pretty bad. So, just get ready. And I hate to even have to say this, but just remember it's election season too. We went through all this in 2020. Just saying.
So we see right now that, they're cooking up something. You can call a lockdown. They can say somebody crisis, climate lockdown. They can say outbreak over here, over there. So we know what happened in 2020 when about this C-19. Also, it's already saying that that the C-19 is still here. Said it's increasing. There's a lot of cases of that. They could even call another mass mandate. So, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. So let's start here. Just a quick, let's do the spirit and the power. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Now let's go here to Revelation chapter 6. Revelation chapter 6 and verse verse 8, Revelation chapter 6 and verse 8. And it reads that, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So one thing about it, this pale horse represents what? Death, and destruction, plague, pestilence, sickness, what I'm saying? So we know that this is fast approaching. And also we know this is a judgment from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So that pale horse is getting ready to ride. We already know about this great economic collapse. Also we know that war is on the horizon each and every day. Even though we sound like a broken record, but these are the times that we're living in. So we see it right now. Death and hell followed him. So we already know, death and hell follow who? You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. One thing about it, we already know that he have power, you know what I'm saying, to power to what? To kill. So we already know that he's getting ready to use that sword in a big way. So let's go here to just very quickly. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 5. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Wait a minute, it's mixing up on me. One moment. It does this sometime. Might have to go back out. It's not lining up right. There it is right here. It says here, 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1 said, nevertheless, as the coming tokens are the prophecies, are the signs of the time, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. So we already know that a lot of people are going to be taken in a great number because of the pestilence, because of the virus, the outbreaks, because of the war. World War III has begun. These things are getting ready to escalate. I already telling you about this draft that they are putting into play. And some people, it's already rumors that some people already had gotten letters to report. So a lot of things are going on left and right. We're measuring the time diligently in itself. We seeing right now these things are lining up left and right. Also, it's going to be civil unrest, civil war, sedition among men, rioting, protesting, looting, you know what I'm saying, city against city, brother against brother. So many shall be taken in a great number, in the famines, in the pestilence, in the wars, just like the Bible said, the prophets of old are here right now. So the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. And once again, in that day they shall know that a prophet was among them. And also it says here, it said the land shall be let's see right here. It said it shall be taken in a great number, and said the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. So, we know that what famine of the word is fast approaching. So we already know that persecution of the saints is coming, great persecution, great death and destruction and mourning. All these things are coming at a fast pace. That's why we got to always be watching. We always got to be constantly, asking the Lord to have mercy upon us, because we seeing right now these things are constantly increasing. The plagues are not slacking down. We're seeing them on every side. So let's get one more before we close. That not meant to be a long lesson. Let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter, I think it's 15. We get this one, we'll close out. This is what the Lord is getting ready to do. So he's bringing forth that judgment. We're seeing it right now. It's constantly increasing. Things are picking up left and right. We're here. It is at the door. I think it's 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 49. This is it right here. Let's read those and we'll close out. It says 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 49. It says, I will send plagues, pestilence, disease, all sorts of sickness upon thee, widowhood. So a lot of men and women are going to, going to be widows. They going to lose their husband, their wife, their sons, their daughters, poverty. A lot of people are going to become what? Homeless, when all these things come upon it. We know we're fast approaching this time. We know about these Venezuelan gangs, there's constantly, I think it's in a place in, I think it's in Colorado, they done took over a whole apartment complex. So this is all by design. They say, and pestilence, these disease, these outbreaks, these viruses, that they're constantly putting into place, the C-19, the Mpox, and many others, the bird flu, and the list go on and on. They constantly bringing it left and right. So we know that things are getting ready to get very, very perilous, very, very dangerous, and to waste thy houses with destruction and death. So that's what's coming, left and right. They hate him that rebukes at the gate. And one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to send these plagues. He's getting ready to send what? Poverty. He's getting ready to send famine, the sword. That sword goes into a judgment. The Lord is getting ready to bring it pestilent. Once again, all these diseases, these outbreaks, they get ready to look like where it's lining up. It's like we get ready to have a repeat of 2020, but it's going to be far greater this time. We knowing that 2020 was a test run. We knowing that right now they get ready to get the green light to bring forth this new society, which in fact is going to be digital, going to be dealing with your biometrics. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are coming into play. In the middle, Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. So we seeing that we're here. We seeing that these outbreaks, these global emergency, all these different things they're putting into place to bring this order out of chaos, to bring forth this new system. You know what I'm saying? Total control. We're not ignorant of Satan's device. So let's read this once again. 2 Amos chapter 15 and verse 49 says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with with destruction and death. So that's what's coming, you know what I'm saying? Hell and death, you know what I'm saying? That pale horse, we already know that black horse is getting ready to ride, and also that pale horse is getting ready to ride. We're ready upon war, all sorts of great catastrophes, all sorts of calamities are getting ready to come before one event behind another. In the middle, Lord, we constantly warn you left and right. And once again, in that day, they shall know that a prophet was among them, because these prophets are constantly popping off the page. Also, our salvation is at the door. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is WHO declares Mpox global emergency. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.